I had the pleasure to be able to critique 49 seventh grade biology projects. Yes, 49 of them. You can go ahead and laugh. Okay. Now, one young man, Tony, was just extraordinary. You see, Tony just confidently and calmly looked up. He made perfect eye contact. He knew how to read our expressions. He was fabulous. He just anticipated what our questions were. He never looked once behind himself at the board. And he explained elegantly and exquisitely the elements of his program and his project in a natural rhythm. I asked him, "You must be a music person. You have to be a musician." And he said, "No. Wait. I'm in choir." He's in choir. He sings with a choir. As Americans, as a nation, have we stopped singing? Do we still sing in our families? Do we sing in our schools? Do we sing in our places of worship? Or if you're like me, do you love to just shut the door and sing for yourself? Okay. Have we forgotten the power of a song? Have we forgotten what an agent song is and can be for change? How many of you remember the 2023 Grammys? Yeah, you know. Well, what's amazing about songs is songs can take that really, really intense emotion and that really confusing inner relationships among people and make sense of it. So I wasn't surprised at all when Bonnie Raitt was recognized for having the single of the year, the record of the year. Because how else could you explain, create empathy to connect two families' tragedies together and have them collectively heal after an organ transplant? Now, after that ceremony, Miss Raitt provided you and us and the entire world that buys music this particular quote. She shared a song many others shared to give life to their fellow humans. A song is incredible. It has this special power. You know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. A song can do this. A song can create a melody. That melody can go through so many people all at once, and it creates this very special, collective, collaborative product. Now, I learned this by serendipity. You see, I was a recent geology graduate. Not music, geology. The other rock science? There we go. Okay. And I had become so fascinated with plants. I became hooked on plants when I was in geology field school in the Canadian Rockies. I mean, plants do these amazing things. How can you not love plants? And so somebody said, one of my colleagues said, "You know something? You need to meet Dr. Neil Harriman. He's like you, he loves plants, and he has kind of a unique personality like you do." So I started taking biology classes, more plant classes. And I started to teach environmental science labs. And I started to harmonize with Neil, working alongside him in the plant collections. So one day, Neil drops this question. He's looking at me, he says, "Melanie, come here. Did you ever think about getting a PhD?" And I thought for a moment, nobody in either side of my family tree had a PhD. My parents didn't go to college. And though I had good grades, I viewed this PhD, as being sort of a rite to passage. Now, figuratively speaking, PhD programs produce some really awesome electric guitar players that can take the lead. They'll take the lead. What they're not really good at is producing outstanding backup singers. I wanted to share my voice and harmonize in the public square. That's what I wanted to do. So I thought about it some more, and I thought about it even more, and then I thought, well, what the heck? I'll accept this solo gig to do a PhD at, excuse me, this is very important now, the Ohio State University. And then Neil said, wait, stop, Melanie, I want you to think about something. And he had a very valid thing that he wanted me to think about. And he said, you know something? I don't know if you have the stage presence to really hold forth in a classroom. I watch you teach labs, you're good at that, you're at ease, everything goes wonderful when you're there. But I wonder, can you really, really, really command that front classroom? And he says, this is what I want you to do. And he goes, I want you to go and study your favorite performer. Now, Neil's assignment was a real eye-opener. And I thought about that a little bit. And then I thought, well, I better honor his request. That'd be a good idea. I think we all agree. And so what I did was I went out and I watched my favorite performer. There's Neil. He's one of my favorite performers. But the favorite performer he asked me to watch was Emmylou Harris. Oh, man, isn't she awesome? Yeah, let's give her a round, okay? Yeah. Nobody sings like Emmylou, right? Hallelujah. I don't even need an altar call. Okay. She has the most unique voice. She has 14 Grammys she's won. She's a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame. And what's interesting, too, is there's not really one song that defines her. She has this ability to just seamlessly glide among folk and rock and country. And I can really say that all of the things that I missed learning in academia, I learned from her music. And I also learned the most important thing, and that was how to collaborate and thrive in a different environment. So stop and think for a moment. Say you don't fit the genre. Say that you're irked by somebody who doesn't fit your organization. Again, I learned from Emmylou. If you are living on the trailing edge, and that perfect little trailing edge today, tomorrow, you are likely going to be in the position to take the lead. So in the late 1970s, when we had all this pop flowing into country music, here was Emmylou Harris on the edge, and then she took the lead. That voice that resonates from the rear may roar forth and help your organization move forward when you hit hard times. Collaborators really thrive on the edge. Now, like Emmylou, I like to collaborate in things that are much bigger than I am, not just my own projects. So let me give you an example. How many of you know gorillas can sing? You don't know that? I thought everybody knew gorillas could sing. Well, they sing. And you know why they sing? They love plants, in particular the plants that they are eating. So as a scientist, it was just really logical that I blend and harmonize with University of Rwanda students who are studying how plants interact with gorillas. And then there's the Bahamas. See, Bahamians sing. They really sing. So if you go into the local store, you're going to hear songs coming up through the aisles. And that voice that's uplifted in song never stops. It doesn't stop once your presence is recognized. Bahamians have songs for all occasions. And you know, They take this national gift of song and they use it to infuse messages of conservation into the public square. My very clever and just wonderful colleague, Ron Shackley, he's a geographer and a songwriter. Great combination. He composed a song to teach the children of the endangered and threatened animals on their island. That song flowed from the radio out into the ears of island leaders across the Bahamas. As a result, multiple national parks were established on San Salvador Island. Yeah, one song, multiple parks. Stop and think. Every leader can benefit from understanding how to use song to build collaboration. Think about it for a moment. The lyrics of the Bahamian national anthem. See how the world marks the manner of your bearing. Every leader can benefit by thinking of that lyric. What will your words be? What will those words be that you need to build collaboration in a divided world? Here's my wish. I wish, whether you're a musician or not, let's recognize the principles of music. We can all recognize the principles of music that enable us to listen to one another, to work together, to know when to be the leader and when to be the follower, when to support that leader, to play your role, no matter what it is, for the greater good. In other words, collaborate.